Howdy folks, today we're going to be building this monster of a vehicle, truck and trailer, heavy hauler for the United States Army transporter that transports tanks by Meng, 135 scale. Let's do this. Okay, these make up the inside rail, and these segments make up the first step. I'm going to do these and then I'll show you what it looks like. It's the only way I think I could do this video, build in segments. So I'll build this and I'll show you. Okay, I've gone ahead and put in that section there and these sections here, and you've got another piece there. Unfortunately, you see inside these rails you've got some nasty ejection pins. Luckily enough, some of the parts that go on cover these ejection pins, which is okay, but they're still not good. But there's some pins underneath this bracket piece, and when I put them on, they're underneath, so hopefully you don't see a lot of these ejection pins. So my next step now is working on what looks like the electricity box section that plugs all your wires in for when you obviously hook up a trailer for your lights and everything else. So it's the electronic point by the looks of things, which is this section here, which is my next step. Okay, this section's finished now. I've circled it because those sections have got to be painted in some colours, some greens and some reds for some reason. The finished product looks like this. My next step will be doing this one, this section and this section. I'm going to put these together and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, these segments are all put together now. Once these are dry, I've got to do on what looks like these sections here, which is the framing for air tanks. And once they are done, and these have all got to be put inside the framing. So this is my next step, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay folks, my next section is working on this transmission casing, which goes into the centre piece there. But also you get this rig to hold everything in place to stop the frame from going warp bridge. Hopefully it works. And this is what it is. This is the jig that they give you. Hopefully it works. The frame slots in really tight, so hopefully it works. I'll put some little bit of weight just to hold it down into place. Once this is dry, I'll be working on the transmission. Okay, this section is all done now with the transmission, which is here. And you can see it sitting underneath. Gonna let this dry now, and we're gonna work on the next section. Next section is working on the suspension arms and leaf springs and stuff, which is all this. So once I've done all this section, this will be going on, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay folks, these three sections make up one of the bogie suspension arm sections. Once you've done it, if you don't glue the arm in, it allows the suspension to move, which they call out in the instructions. I'm going to glue these to the main frame now. Okay, I've gone ahead and put all the suspension in, and I've also stuck in the drivetrain sections. One tip of warning, make sure you do read the instructions, because I stuck these around the wrong way first time and I've had to take them off, and me taking them off trying to get them in the right place, I end up breaking some of the pins. So just be careful, make sure you read the instructions and don't stick them around the wrong way like I did. But now I've got to do this, and the next section is putting in the drive shafts that link up the transmission and the drivetrain section. So the drive shafts are going in next. Okay folks, I've gone ahead and put in the drivetrain now. There's a slight issue with this kit. The pins I found on my one wasn't long enough, so I've had to glue the drivetrain into place. These ones are okay, but the one at the back just didn't want to fit properly, slightly off, but I managed to get it into place now. My next step is working on leaf springs at the front, which are here, and what looks like something to do with the auxiliary pump section. I'm not quite sure what that is for. I think it's probably a hydraulic pump for brakes and stuff, I don't know. And then it goes, and that's what it looks like. So once I've done these sections, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, the front leaf springs are on now, and what looks like the hydraulic pump for brakes, I think, is on, and the wheel hub section is fitted as well. So this whole section is all complete now. Next section is, okay, this is the next section. Looks like more hydraulic pump sections, airbags, not sure what they are. I think they're airbags as well. You've got two types. You either have the fifth wheel up or down. I'm going to have it in the down position because I'm going to have a load on the back. I'm going to have the tank, so it's going to be using all the wheels, which is see where you got the fifth wheel up or down, but I'm going to have it in the down position. And you've got some kind of brackets or airlines or some sort there as well. So this is all my next step to do with the air suspension stuff system. Okay folks, I've gone ahead and put on the hydraulic lines, which is here. These are really fiddly, and it gets really fragile now, so heads up, just be really careful when doing this kit because you can have really fragile parts. At the back you've got the air pumps. This one here is fallen off. I'm going to have to put that back into place. That one's dropped down, so I'm going to have to do that again. But yeah, it's getting at the stage where you're doing small parts, let it dry, small parts, let it dry. It's going to be one of those kits where it's going to take a hell of a long time. My next step is doing the airbags.